Hello, my name is Olivia Deviani and I'm going to do a presentation about past activities. So, when we talk about past activities, we have to use past tense. The past tense in English is used to talk about the past, to talk about hypothesis, and for politeness. There are some past tense forms in English. The first one is past simple, the second one is past continuous, the third one is past perfect, and the last is past future. Now, we're gonna talk the first one, the simple past tense. With most verbs, the simple past tense is formed by adding "ed". It's like played, liked, wanted. But there are a lot of irregular past tense forms in English. Here are the most common irregular verbs in English with their past tense forms. Be is changed to was or were. Drive, drove. Begin, began. Bring, brought. Go, went. Meet, met. We use the past tense to talk about something that happened once in the past. For example, I met my wife in 1983. We use the past tense to talk about something that happened several times in the past. For example, when I was a boy, I walked a mile to school every day. We use the past tense to talk about something that was true for some time in the past. For example, I lived abroad for 10 years. And we often use expressions with "ago" with the past simple. For example, I met my wife a long time ago. And here's an example conversation for simple past tense. Robert: Hi Alice, what did you do last weekend? Alice said, I did a lot of things. On Saturday, I went shopping. Robert: What did you buy? Alice: I bought some new clothes. I also played tennis. Robert said, Who did you play? Alice: I played Tom. And Robert: Did you win? Alice: Of course I won. Now we move to past continuous tense. The past continuous is made from the past tense of the verb be and the ing form of a verb. As you can see, the verb be like I was, you were, he was, she was, it was, we were, you were, they were. And the verb ing like working, playing, living. We use the past continuous to talk about the past for something which happened before and after another action. For example, the children were doing their homework when I got home. Or something that happened before and after a specific time. So it's gonna be like this. The children were doing their homework when I got home. It was 8 o'clock. I was writing a letter. And we use the past continuous to talk about the past to show that something continued for some time. For example, my head was aching. And for something that happened again and again. I was practicing every day, 3 times a day. And with verbs which show change or growth. The children were growing up quickly. This is an example conversation for past continuous tense. Betsy: Hi Brian, what were you working on? Brian: I was photocopying a report that I needed to send to a client. What about you? What were you doing? Betsy said, I was looking for Tom and couldn't find him. Do you know where he was? Brian said, Tom was driving to a meeting. Betsy: Oh, I see. Thank you, Brian. And now, the third one is past perfect tense. The past perfect is made from the verb had and the past participle of a verb. For example, I had finished the work. She had gone. The past perfect continuous is made from had been and the ing form of a verb. I had been working there for a year. They had been painting the bedroom. We use the past perfect for something that started in the past and continued up to a given time in the past. For example, she didn't want to move. She had lived in Liverpool all her life. For this use, we often use the past perfect continuous. She didn't want to move. She had been living in Liverpool all her life. Or we use the past perfect for something that happened several times before a point in the past and continued after that point. For example, he was a wonderful guitarist. He had been playing ever since he was a teenager, and he had written 3 books and he was working on another one. Also, we use past perfect tense when we are reporting our experience up to a point in the past. For example, my 18th birthday was the worst day I had ever had. And for something that happened in the past and is important at a later time in the past. For example, I couldn't get into the house. I had lost my keys. And we often use expressions with for and since with the past perfect. For example, I was sorry when the factory closed. I had worked there for 10 years. Or I had been watching that program every week since it started, but I missed the last episode. Now, this is an example conversation for past tense. Natasha: Hello Sela, where had you gone? Sela said, Hello, I had gone to Morocco. Natasha: Had you ever seen Morocco before? And Sela said, No, I had not seen it before. Natasha: Oh, okay. Now, this is the last past future. So, it is used to express the idea that in the past an action or event was predicted, planned, promised, expected, or obliged to be done in the future or past. Doesn't matter if the idea is correct or not. So, we can use this tense for the function of past simple tense, present simple tense, or future simple tense. This is these are some examples about past future. It should be okay now. If you invited me, I would come to your party. I should pick him up at station yesterday evening. He said he would buy a house last year. It would be discovered soon. If you behaved well, you should be respected. Now, look at this. Statement "it should be okay now" is a past future expression which has the same meaning with present simple tense expression. It must be okay now. Statement "I should pick him up at station yesterday evening" is a past future expression which has the same meaning with statement "I had to pick him up at station yesterday evening," which is a past simple tense expression as there's no past form for auxiliary must. I think next, this is an example conversation for past future tense. Alex: Hey bro, do you know that Mark is having a super big house now? Leo: Yes, I do. He told me that he expected to buy a big house last year and he did it now. Alex: That's awesome. I know, right? So, yeah, that was some tenses that we have to use when we are talking past activities. So that's it. So that's from me. Thanks for watching.